Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Episode 3 about Anne, my favorite soul rider. I just really like, she has those leadership qualities. And she's actually much kinder than you think. If you read the books, then you will understand. She just experiences a different kind of pressure. Little book spoiler. For example, one time she had a spot on her breeches. And she was then like, shoot, gotta get out of the house without my mother seeing that, because otherwise she would have to change her breeches. And that wasn't her wish to, like, she just wanted to be able to get dirty around the horses like the other kids are. Because the others think that she is a bit posh, a bit full of herself. And sure, in this game she does seem a little bit full of herself. This was all before of the books. Now nothing is wrong with confidence, definitely. Many people tend to see that really quickly as someone being too full of themselves, because then you are too much. But yeah, Anne has her own struggles. Her parents are just really poised and they want her all neat, etc. But that's not the reality around horses. If you're like me, you're a horsewoman and you've been around horses in real life, especially in winter, try to get home without any mud on your boots or on your breeches. It's nearly impossible with either mud or snow. And especially if the horses ate something or their mouth is dirty and then they rub off on you, well, there, your coat is dirty too. So, and your hair all messed up. So it's nearly impossible to get home clean or not smell like horses after you've been with horses. But Anne's parents do kind of expect that, and it's an unfair pressure. I don't know how this in this game, if her parents, well, I guess they are similar then. She is still coming from a more rich part of York City, I think. Yeah. So that are the kind of things Anne has to deal with. For somebody else it might seem small, but I mean, I get Anne. Around horses you just get dirty. And I so understand that Anne just wants to be able to do that. Like, my parents didn't really complain when I came home dirty after being with the horses. Sure, my mom was like, you're not sitting on the couch with your dirty breeches, you have to change them and shower first. Fair enough. But it was fine that the breeches did get dirty and that I smelled like horses. Oh damn, Jessica, she is such a bitch towards Anne. Yeah, I do a little bit of light swearing sometimes, so if you can't handle it. Not all the time. Sometimes. Sometimes it just feels so good to do that. But if you can't handle it, then maybe this is not your channel. If you don't mind it, then it is, but yeah, I remember this time I was in Norway and the farm was so full of people at some point and I was just a little bit overwhelmed. And I got sick too, it was just too many energies at once. And and one time a lot of rain had passed. Well, there was we had days with a lot of rain. And then I tried to cross a little stream, but I stepped wrong, so my my boot was full of water then, and I was really saying "God damn it" a few times in Dutch. In Dutch it's "Godverdomme." And that felt so good to do that, to swear a little bit in my own language. Yeah, was needed. It's like an how do you call that? Not an express, but an outlet. It was a little outlet. But those people I was around, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun with them. And I felt already that I was getting sick, because that was just a little bit before I got sick when it happened. So we sillies, what we did, we went to swim in the rain. And the water was so much higher than it was before. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, live a little. If I'm gonna get sick now, then I'm gonna get sick. And I did, but I did have fun before that, so. Yeah, good memory. Oh, all the pink. Is it foggier than in the other games? Like the buildings, they just looked so grey. Well, but it's also been a few days now since I played that. Yeah, I guess. Don't know.
Huh?
It's so interesting what Derek then captures on the camera. Yeah. Some revelations about him will come up in this episode too. It is kind of like each other, Anne and Derek, but I think in old episode there were some mentions of that, or some indications, but there hasn't been laid that much emphasis on it, if I'm right. Well, I'll see about it soon, because in BSO I think Valentine's Day should soon also come. I hope. Yeah. I really do want that, because I remember in the past there were these Valentine's quests in harvest counties. But there were quite a lot of them. And I didn't finish them in time. And I always still had a desire to still finish them, but then the next year those quests didn't return. So yeah, I never got to complete that, but now I will have the chance in BSO. I know it's been a little while since I released an BSO video. Well, I had one recently, sort of, but I haven't been playing it for a little bit because there were some troubles with the launcher and the bus and the ferry, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna do these games now than this series. Bus and ferry still don't work, but no, what, it's too bad. I can do without them. They're trailers. Yeah, there are still some quests I have to do in the mall, in Yarvik City, 18th Plaza. And now I kind of wish that I already had finished them, because you know, I don't mind if I have less access to stuff. Got enough clothes already and tech for my horses. Oh, I was kind of tired, by the way, when I did this dressage test. So I didn't do it so well. Yeah, I played all of these games at once. It was more tiring than I expected. Well, not just playing these games. I also immediately edited the videos after that and then exported them. Oh, not exporting. Only the editing, but that that was more intensive than I had anticipated. The dressage in this one, it is a little bit tricky, but I noticed it's better to take like these circles. It's better to take them a little bit wider and not to make those stops like I'm doing here. The Dutch points, I think. Well, can't do it, but it it's better to just do it in one move. And then it's better to take the circle a little bit too wide than too narrow. How did I not fail that one? The one I failed before, I feel like I did that one, that recent one, I feel like I did that worse than the one I actually failed. But oh well. I really love how the dressage is in the Season Rider games. In the spring one it is about dressage. And then you also get to interact more with Anne, so that is my favorite one. Though I also really love the autumn one. The thing is, those Season Rider games, because you have to take care of the horses so much, and you can't go fast for so long, the real fun begins when you're already further in the game, when you have a horse with more stamina, to say so, that can run for a longer time. Then it starts to get fun. The thing is, in the autumn one, it's all really big, a lot of area to cover. But I guess it's also about slowing down them, not doing too much at the same time, so that is also thematic again. Autumn is at some point also about slowing down. However, in the first part of autumn, and this is typical for the Vata Dosha, because autumn is all about Vata Dosha. It's cold and subtle and really mobile. It's rough, it's dry. And I had a few more qualities, but these are the main ones. But Vata is typically this sort of innocent, creative energy. And so in the first part of autumn, I feel like I have so much energy, like I want to get so many things done. And much inspiration. It already changed in the second half, then I'm slowing down a bit, and now in winter, January, I've been sleeping in a lot. Like I just want to hibernate a little bit in winter. Oh, poor Concord. Yeah, Jessica. She had the sun powers in this game, because she sent him to Pandoria, so the interdimensional travel. What is going on? That moving air. Do I only notice it now so much, or was it in the previous ones as well? Well, either way. Even this sky was much more dynamic than the one we have now in New SO. Oh well. No, healing doesn't work. It might help sustain his body, but his soul is elsewhere. You can also see the pink on the blue. Maybe indicating that he's in Pandoria. This one actually has plenty of action, but also plenty of lore. That's also why this one is my favorite, because, and we get into Pandoria. I love them all, but it's just, yeah, I just favored this one a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think I probably, I don't know, depends. Could have been friends with Anne, but depends on her attitude towards me as well. Those goons would already have seen Alex easily. I think it's also because, like, I'm more of the rough, stable farm girl. I don't care if I get a little bit dirty. from being with the horses, the mud, etc. I neat enough to say so. My mother and my sister are neater. My room is not a mess. I can see the floor, etc. and my desk. But I have definitely more things on my desk than my sister. That's just what makes it nice, I think. Yeah, we are quite opposite actually. But we are in good relationship now, to say so. Yeah, I have had a fair amount of fights with my sister for sure, especially when we were teenagers. But growing up really helped. Well, either way, and also has that little bit of being poised, a little bit more on the elegant side. And I would not describe myself as elegant or very poised, no. I'm more like with a rough bit of front, also with compassion though and softness. More like straightforward, but not blunt. I describe some of the male family members of mine more like that, a little bit blunt sometimes. But I don't mean wrong, they're just really direct, to say so. Really straightforward. I'm straightforward too, but it's with a little bit more sensitivity. Yeah. Well, anyways, I guess that is just interesting to see opposite qualities in somebody else, whether it's a real person or a fictional person. By the way, I think she could just climb over that iron part there. Or could she not? Not if it's slippery. Like this, you could crawl over it carefully. Wouldn't that be easier? But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do a more difficult road, which you really can only access once, because after we're done here, nobody else can get there through this road anymore, because a platform later is then all the way up and you can't get it down again then. And I think one of the bridges also broke. Yeah, this part is, it can be a little bit tricky. That's also what I like, because this is also a little bit of action and you need to think a little bit. It's, yeah, it's fun. A little bit of a challenge. I was contemplating a little bit, I think, of should I jump or should I walk? Well, maybe I should just have jumped because I fell, but then I had to start again from that previous point, and then I got a star and I was like, okay, let's just go down here. Works just as well. Too, it saves a little bit of walking with, oh, the turn. I was like, don't fall, don't fall. This too, it seems like you're gonna fall off, but you're not. The sound that plays here, it's like the same one in similar to the one in Dino Valley, in the deeper part of the valley. I always find it's a little bit freaky, especially when you're like in Dino Valley at night, in the valley of the frozen mist. This too, you can so easily fall here and miss them. But I don't know, yeah, in Dino Valley, when you're in the valley of the frozen mist and then you hear that creepy soundtrack. It just feels so off. All of it, yeah. I think Dino Valley has a lot more dark history than we realize. It is not the soundtrack alone. Valley of Frozen Mist is also, I don't know. There's something about it, and maybe it is the pale trees or the empty trees, I don't know, but there's something mysterious about it, which has a little bit of a creep factor. Oh, yeah, elevator platform, yeah. I was like, how do I do this again? Because I don't wanna have to begin again from the start. This is what I mean, can only do this road once. No other visitor would manage that unless you can climb the rope. I can't, I'm not good at climbing at all. Yeah, no, it's not my thing. Here was like, why is this a little buggy? It's not, it's just, yeah. A little bit harder to walk upon it. What was that sound? Like, I still don't know what it was. I think I've heard it more often though, maybe they just edited it, have edited to add for a little bit of creep factor or something. This is so interesting. Oh, the one with the moon also has glasses, yeah. Like Linda has every moon rider had glasses then. Could very well be so. Okay, that's an interesting parallel then, because they can see, they get visions, but they can't see as well with their eyes. Guess I'd also be a moon rider then, since I wear glasses. Just kidding, but that's an interesting thing. There's also this kind of parallel in one of the seasons of American Horror Story. The one with the witches. I don't know what her name was anymore, but there was also a blonde woman. And she got blind. And then she also said that it was ironic because she got blind, but she could see everything now because she got some kind of insight thing. I wonder what this figure is, by the way. It looks like a horse in a human position. Is that our ultimate fate? Or are we going to merge with our horse and just disappear into nothing because the fifth leads the way, is on top? And that's what we are the player. It's what happened to Catherine. Or something like that. What it came down to is she became one with nature. Is that our ultimate faith? To dissolve into nature? Well, I hope not, because then we can't really play the game anymore. Is that what's gonna happen? Or are we gonna merge with our horse somehow? We're already one, and the starter horse then specifically. But we're already one. Are we gonna become even more one? Like Catherine described. Oh, maybe I cracked the code. Seriously, that could be. And it's the same as me. Alright, it's the same as Anne. Sun 6 in the southeast. Yeah, where's the golden hair and the rest? Yeah, well, you can pause to read it.
So?
I really like this, these texts. It's kind of poetic, it's beautiful. I really love how I so wrote back then. It felt so meaningful, but and there was some darkness and mystery to it, yet it also felt light and so intriguing. Still really palatable, like, or palpable? No, I think palatable is the word. Like, I just love it. I just get sucked right into it. Maybe this calls for another fairy video about our ultimate fate. It's too bad I don't have the Catherine's memory quest recorded. Otherwise I could use that for my footage. Oh, however, we do have that logbook of ours. So maybe that text alone will just do. I know a lot criticize those quests, but I really enjoy them. Looking for these little pink bulbs that move, or bubbles, whatever. And then seeing that memory, trying to make sense of it. I loved it. And the soundtrack of it as well. That's the quest line I'm looking forward to. When I replay all the quests in Neo SSL once all the graphics are updated. Then those quests with Catherine, really looking forward to them. The starship. Yeah, and in the next one with Alex, Fripp talks more about this. If the starship crashed, and I posted about this earlier, maybe that starship is the UFO. I don't know how the lore will turn out to be in New SSL now. But it would make sense. Or maybe it crashed into the sea. Or they drove it into the sea, but is it really in the sea though? I don't think Garnock is swimming around in the sea. Lives in Pandoria. And maybe created a portal somehow, or it found a portal to Pandoria. Or maybe the heroes, maybe the Sun Rider back then created a portal to Pandoria. And perhaps that is where they put Garnock. Maybe Pandoria existed before Garnock. Or they came into existence around the same time. I love this puzzle. It's actually quite easy too. That's a whole other theory I have, like well, 18, she dissolved into the island basically. What if another demon an opposite of Adine. What if he then decided to create the underworld Pandoria? There has to be a balance. Yarvik, the above world, and Pandoria, then the underworld. Maybe in a different way. I don't think that demon is like Adine, that it has dissolved into Pandoria, but more like it's still there in physical form, and that may or may not be Garnock. But Adine somehow returns through us, through reincarnation. So even if her spirit, her body dissolved into it, I do think her soul still exists, and that is basically us. What else are we? Like, we are the fifth one, the one that shows the way. What else can we be but reincarnated Adine? What else would make sense? It's possible, of course, that we are totally something different, but there are so many things that point towards that. It's so plausible, and it's also a theory I really like, us being reincarnated Adine with all the 5 powers. It would, also, it would make sense, like, Adine, she gave herself to the island, but of course the demon would not fully give himself to that world. He'd want to be a part of it. He'd want to do the opposite. He'd still want to be there, I think, and govern and rule it. And that may possibly be Garnock. But there are more monsters and weird creatures in Pandoria, so maybe not. Maybe that demon also sort of dissolved into Pandoria then, his physical self. And yeah, maybe that's more plausible that he did, that Garnock is just another monster. Of course, Concord is me, obviously. And that a demon then also can reincarnate through somebody else, in this case then Darko, because Darko also seems to have all 5 powers. He transported us to Dead Man's Island, no, what was it called again, near Southhoof? Cape Sorrow, right. He knows how to provoke everyone, Alex, Arissa, like the dark, the new moon. He can really sense your weakness. I've also seen him do lightning, like Alex. And he can destroy things too. Opposite of Lisa, who heals. I wonder if Darko, because I could see him being a rock star or heavy metal or something, if he would have like this dark kind of music that disrupts your soul, stuff like that. Or bring cold with it like Katja does. Katja is basically what Elise would have been in old SSL. Cold, winter, death. Because in these games, in old SSL, she did not have winter or cold powers. Well, in the books she did have this freezing cold energy. Lisa described that. But she demonstrated powers as in she penetrated into James' mind, possessed him, and that are more like the new moon powers opposite of Linda. Yeah, it's just all so interesting. Oh, but is that, are we gonna be the ultimate sacrifice then? Like we save everyone, we the player, the reincarnated alien, we save everyone by dissolving or something. Or becoming one with our hearts, becoming a different kind of creature. It's so, I love this how just one little image leads me to all this fairy. All of a sudden it clicks for some reason, like see that horse standing right up, which is like meant to represent and mirror us. I love this too, by the way, how we save Concard and then that music. This is just, this whole part in Pandoria, I really enjoyed a lot. Yeah. Sweet Concard. Calls her a princess. He's really loyal. Really proud too, but so really loyal to Anne. Doing his best for her always. Oh, I'm so looking forward to all of that being revealed, all of that in unfolding, like who we are and our ultimate destiny. I really wonder how new SSL is gonna wrap up the original storyline quest. May still take a couple of years because last year we only had one storyline quest. Well, that's not really keeping up the pace. I know those kind of things, they take a lot of time. It's not only writing the script, etc. It is also all the scripts, the text and the animation, etc. Implementing it into the game. It all also has to be translated. That also takes time, because SSL is in so many languages now, and that is great. And I'm glad that everybody can play it in their native language, or everybody, a lot more people, that they can play it in their native language. But it also means that it will take more time for a quest and anything to be completed, because any little bit of text, everything that has been written, also needs to be translated. I don't mind it, by the way. No, if that means it takes more time, like the translator's work, that's really very useful and necessary work. Although AI is taking that a bit over nowadays. Don't know if it's really worth it to become a translator nowadays, but still, there are also jobs with AI that require other languages than your native one, so it may still be worth it. Yeah. What else was it talking about? Oh yeah. So it takes a while before any quest is done. Especially if you don't just wanna rush it. Don't know how it is paid with linguistic jobs. If you wanna deliver some quality, I guess then. And it will take some more time too. Yeah. Well, anyways, I wouldn't mind it though if they picked up the pace a little bit with storyline quests. I think the Marching Gas Castle stuff, that is probably all side quests, sort of. But maybe it will somehow connect to the storyline quest, I don't know. Curious to that. Okay, so this, I went back and I had to restart multiple times because I was goofing around too much. I got caught a few times. So I hope I have filmed, recorded and shown at least 6 different locations of the batteries where they possibly can be. I tried that. I just had so much material to go through from this. I had to cut a lot. Where I can't give coordinates because there are none. No. In this game you're gonna have to do it without coordinates. It's really doable though. In general, I think. Yeah. Haven't found all of the stars, but most of them. Yeah. This is a little thrill moment. I was like, oh heck, fuck it. I just want to see if we can make it still. Even though the guy is running towards us. Well, mounting didn't really work, but he still didn't get caught. He stood still there. I don't know why. And now I was like, fuck, I need to get up. This was fun to do. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get chased in these games. See, there's one running towards us. It's just fun to play around with. I'm having too much fun with this, really. Well, we made it either ways. Yeah, something risky is fun when you know that you're gonna make it or that you're not gonna get hurt. It's of course not fun when it goes wrong, but like these kind of things, it's just a game. I'm not physically gonna get hurt. Yeah, so Derek has a special camera. And he works for the government, but like, which government? Because as far as I know, the government in Jorvik is like the councilman and councilwoman. But I think what he means is maybe like Mrs. X in Epona, even though Epona was not in this game, but I think he may mean possibly the Druids or something, because there is not really there's a mayor in Jorvik City. No, not Jorvik City. I mean Jarlaheim. There's some kind of government, but other than the councilman and the mayors, it's the Druids, etc. I think he's more referring to that. Yeah, I guess that is it. It's not really another government on Jorvik. Not that we know, though. No. Actually, we don't meet any of the Druids in these games. We meet Fripp and Herman, but no Elizabeth, no Avalon, no Druids whatsoever. So it could very well be that Derek is referring to them, because they are a sort of government, to say so, governing things when it comes to magic and Pandorian energy, making sure that doesn't go out of balance. And of course, soul riders then do the work, but somebody needs to scout. Somebody needs to check things. Yeah, I really think that is where Derek is referring to, especially because on one of those photos we see Concord and oh yeah, we just saw that, right? Yeah, we already saw that earlier. Concord and his wings and Anne and her aura. That's not a regular camera. But it would make sense if the Druids gave that to him. Okay, so here I made a little mistake, but the thing is, you can stand on that beam, and then you can still reach this little thingy, still get a exclamation mark. The clickable exclamation mark. Yeah, so you don't need to dismount your horse with this one at all. You can just stay on. But that is, yeah, those little small tricky things you need to know, you need to figure out while playing when it comes to this game. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go. I need to take a sip of tea. I have already been talking for 46 minutes. Heck, time goes fast when you're having fun, because to me this is fun. Well, here we are on the dark oil the dark oil platform. You know, I'm just keeping these little mistakes in because I think it's fun for you guys to hear that. I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect, pushed and poised human. I'm not. But the whole dark oil platform, it looks so similar just to the model we have in Neo SO and old SO. Like, so many things were already done beforehand. The vision was already quite much developed before Star Stable Online was launched into the world, for all these games being released beforehand. I just love that all of this came to life, because having a vision is one thing, bringing it to life and into existence, something tangible, that is another. So I'm really glad that those who had the idea of creating this world, those who got an inspiration and thought of all of this, I'm so glad that they just decided to materialize their plans, that they didn't give up on it. Because, I mean, the world they created, Star Stable Online, it's fantastic. I love it. And not just me, so many other players. It has been the comfort and joy for so many people. Yeah, frustration too sometimes. But yeah, that comes with it. I bet Star Stable has, like me, gotten so many other people through their difficult times, because teenagehood was not easy. Bullying, etc. kind of themes I went through. And I did play a lot of Star Stable. Star Stable really helped me through those times. I would probably have found some way to cope without it as well if it didn't exist. And still, I'm so glad it existed, because SO gave me so much comfort and joy in those more difficult times. And many others too, I bet. think there are many others that have made it through difficult times because of SSO as well, that also contributed to that. This is gonna be so badass. Just gonna kick them into the portal. It's actually raining. I love that. There they go. Yeah. Bitch Jessica. Jessica, she's just kind of bitchy. Yeah.
No.
I mean Sabine, she's more arrogant, snobby, and Jessica, she feels more bitchy. More bit sour. Yeah. But she is.
Aw.
Because she doesn't really want to be here. She doesn't really want to be doing this. She actually expressed that in one of the books, that she wanted to go back to the Dark Star. So it makes sense if she's a bit sour, because she doesn't actually want to be here. She doesn't really want to do this. She just wants to go back home. Yeah, she does evil things, but deep down she just wants to get home actually. So of course, yeah, I understand. When you're forced to be somewhere you don't want to be, do something you don't want to do, that's gonna get you sour and bitter. You can still make the best of it, but yeah, I guess I can understand Jessica a bit, but she, I still think she's kind of bitchy. This one I didn't do all too well, but it's okay. Yeah, first one I failed. That was maybe a little too wide, but as I explained before, I was tired when I recorded this, so yeah. Wasn't my best round. But then another day I did this again, and then I did better when I had more energy. Yeah. But I don't know, this dressage, yeah, it's to do this perfect, to get a 10 on all the exercises, that's hard. So I was so lucky that pot didn't fall. I don't think I'm gonna make a video on how to do this dressage perfect, because you don't even need to get a really high score to be able to win this, and I don't even manage it myself to get it perfect. Now of course it is so in life, you don't have to be perfect at something to do it. If you think like that, then you can't start anything. It's what I used to think as a teenager, that before exercising something you had to be perfect and really really good at it, but that's the thing. Nobody begins perfect. We all have to start somewhere. That is how you get really good and better. It's not the other way around, but yeah, that's what you learn as a teenager, how the world really works in reality. Yeah, people just gotta get a chance, some time, and then they can develop. But in this rush society, that doesn't always happen. Not all the potential gets utilized or harnessed. Harnessed, utilized, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, that is what it is. Managed this just in time. Yeah, my score on this one, it's not that high. And the thing is, once you have a perfect score with anything, then you really don't want to break it. Like in Ride, that's another horse game. So far, all the dressage competitions, I won them. But now I'm afraid to break that record. Now I'm really like, I don't want to break that record. But I guess I'm just, if that happens, I'm just gonna let it have to, because that's maybe a little bit too much to ask. To always keep a perfect record. But it's great to keep it if it's possible. Maybe I'll make a video of that game someday too. It's also a good one. Not as good as Star Stable though. No. That's always gonna be my main game unless something really better comes along, but I don't think anything can beat this nostalgia, the connection I have with it. It would have to be really, really good. It would have to be a Star Stable 2.0. Yeah. Something like that. Either way, so I'm gonna keep focusing on Star Stable because I love it. How long do I still have? Okay, I still have about a minute to talk. Well, I really enjoyed this chapter. If you feel like it, let me know. What is your favorite chapter of these? Another outro or epilogue. All's well. That ends well. Yeah. Or all hell ends well. Yeah. Still Alex to go. Alright. Well. That wasn't it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, day, morning, evening, afternoon. Whatever time it is for you. Bye.